All right, I'm Nadir Mujahid. The big homie Jay Morrison put out the question, what would you do with $250,000 funding to create generational wealth? Well, mine is really a three-pronged approach, okay? I have a couple things going on. My first approach would be to really expand and scale my business. My first company is called OutstandingMuslimParents.com. See, I have a pretty big family. My wives, I have my 10th child due pretty much any day now, with 4 daughters first and 6 boys, with the follow of my oldest being 22 and in college right now. So I have a pretty large family. So generational wealth is really what I'm in it for. So this question, it really touched me, not because of you giving away money to the end of the year, $150. Nah, it's that challenge and really what it makes of you. So let me share with you what I would do if I got $250,000 funding. The first thing, again, scale my business, OutstandingMuslimParents.com. I'm an author of Muslims Parenting on Purpose, Volume 1. Also have some online programs that are digital programs at $397, at $97, where I teach and empower parents on really how to raise strong children with a great Islamic identity. All right, and I teach it to lots of different people from many different areas, and we utilize our framework to really anchor in who they are so they can be productive leaders in society. And I do live workshops and so on and so forth. The first thing I do is I use 10K to pretty much upgrade my equipment. So the cameras, the lavalier mics, the LED lighting, and so on, as well as use for travel to also interview other incredible parents and get some of the strategies that are working for them to show people from different areas. So cover travel. So I'll take 10K, really do that, but then at the same time, in the scaling, take 5K to invest in advertising. Okay, yeah, invest, not spend on advertising, because there's a return that comes along with it. So whether it's the new messenger bots or pixel tracking and so on, to really find my audience, hone them in with what they're looking for as parents, and get them as part of my funnel, if you will, to give them free information and take them down that path. And at the same time, I plan on releasing my continuity program to really teach parenting, what I call 360-degree parenting. So it's holistic. See, I'm a parent, but right now I'm not a parent, meaning I'm talking as an entrepreneur. When I go home, I'm a parent to my children. When I'm dealing with them, yes. But at the same time, I'm a lover. I'm a husband to my wives, right? So I have these different roles, and many times we kind of limit ourselves. But I don't want to get into teaching about the parenting part. But the point is, I want to go ahead and get my continuity program going at $47 a month, scale that relatively quickly. So by the end of spring, if not sooner, prayerfully, get to 1,000 members so we can empower more people, develop these frameworks, and really raise righteous, strong children and equip parents with the strategies they need for that. That would be the first thing I do. And again, that's not much money. That's 15K. And I don't expect the 5K not to return and really pay for itself on down the line. So I'll limit that to 15. Now, the second thing I would do is also expand my other company. It's a Nevada corporation called I Am Boss. I Am Boss. I Am means internet marketing, and Boss stands for Business Optimization and Systems Strategist. Okay, so what I do is I help businesses pretty much integrate their online and offline marketing. So if they have an online business, we put some offline products and things there, and vice versa. Okay, so what I like to do is really scale that, because many people have no idea how to really monetize their information or really have a good site that pulls people in and helps them benefit. Maybe sometimes we're stuck, but again, I don't want to sell you on that part, but with that same equipment that I've upgraded, I like to go ahead and pretty much expand. So to take 10K to really invest in, really get things done with other individuals, other powerful CEOs, other people who already have laid strategy and laid the process before them, but also create an educational curriculum that can give them the basic steps, whether it be forming a corporation, what's the most advantageous state for you. Where I am, it's not really that advantageous. So henceforth, I filed some paperwork and started a C corporation out in Nevada for what we're doing. But I'm looking at moving my operations to Wyoming because they're much friendlier than Nevada has turned out to be with that. So, there's just some other things infrastructure wise to really help build I Am Boss out, to get more exposure, of course, and invest in advertising stuff there as well. Now, those two are very important because those are businesses. And businesses obviously create revenue, you empower more people, you get your message out there. But the third one is the one I'm really excited about, especially when Jay talks about generational wealth. And the third one is really real estate development. Where I currently live in the state I'm in, I don't know if you guys can see some of this cold snow out here on the ground, but it's about 3 or 4 degrees right now above zero, with the wind chill below zero. So where I am currently, winter suck, is the point. But I'm around one of the largest freshwater sources in the world, and the property in the city right now, the city I'm staying in, has more vacant single-family homes than any other city in the country. Okay, now that leads to lots of opportunity. Not the same opportunity with duplexes, but that's what I'd be more interested in. So when I talk about real estate development, what I mean is here, and I've done it before already with a couple of properties, but we can buy properties here for less than $20,000, also rehab them for $20,000 or less, and have it ready to roll mortgage free. So I'm talking about a duplex, 40 grand. All right, already rentable, and we also have one of the strongest rental markets. So even in the hood, you're paying some pretty high rent. You know, it's sad, but it is what it is. It's business. The other part is to do that. That's 40 grand. So I wouldn't mind taking, 4 of those. For example, let's say 4 duplexes. I mean, that's 8 doors or 8 units right there. And on a low ball land at $800 a month, a nice little chunk of change. So I could take 4, 8 doors, 800, and take this money and have this return on investment, not including any equity in the properties, not going into any banks and pulling anything out at all, but be free and clear right from the beginning. That right there is extremely attractive to me. All right. That's where generational wealth comes in. That's where I can say this duplex belongs to child 1 and child 2 and child 3 and child 4. Now they have their business. Okay. From that, again, that's what 40 times 4, that's 160K. So out of that 160K, let's look at the rents. So let's do the math. If I'm looking at 8 doors, right? So 4 properties, they're duplexes, they're 8 doors at averaging $800 a month. Well, 8 times that 800 is $6,400 a month. Let's just do 10 to make it easy, 10 months out of the year versus the other 2, just in case it may be vacancies, but it also makes for easy math. So if I'm looking at $6,400 a month times 10, that's let's say $65,000 a year. Well, in 10 years, we're looking at closer to $750,000, not including any equity, anything else coming out of it. So that means my son, who's due to be born any day now, will have an asset building for him. A positive cash flowing asset that also has all kind of tax savings in it that we haven't even talked about, reap the rewards of the equity on it. And if we're looking at the property, let's say 50 grand each, not including the rentals and stuff that's part of it, we're looking at 4 properties at 50 grand, that's $200,000. So out of this 250K funding, I could take my business, outstandingmuslimparents.com, to the next level. I can take I Am Boss to the next level, and I can help invest for ongoing cash flow for my family now. But at the same time, set my children up. I didn't talk about doing the management companies, the rental management companies, or any landscaping companies, or any other side hustles or businesses that can help benefit and grow from that. That right there in and of itself changes the game for the Al Mujahid family and those that we love around us, because we want to equip and empower them as well. So that's why I'm excited. That's what I want to share with you. And Jay asked, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how many people are willing to go ahead and put it out there like that, but I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I really respect him. Met him at a corner class. He works with my guy, Mr. Will Roundtree, and I love the family and the atmosphere and the love that you have. So Jay, if you're watching this, bro, I appreciate you and everything that you're doing. I just signed up for the Easy Funding course. I encourage other people to do so as well and really take things to the next level, because really it is about legacy. My mentors taught me that success is something you have. That helps one person, helps your family, and that's great. Significance is when you can help other people do the same. But legacy, that's an entire another level. That's after you're gone. What you plant, that seed that you planted continues to cultivate, continues to harvest, and help others way after you. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm using that mortality motivation because I'm not going to be here long, but I appreciate what you do. I look forward to getting this funding and sharing my story 12, 18, 24 months from now when we're making some of these things happen. So with that, take care and take charge. I'm Nadir Al Mujahid. Be well.